everybody. Welcome back. It's Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset as we're going to roll right here in Rutherford County. Going to talk to a very busy man, the head coach of the Stewart's Creek Redhawks, head coach Ben Caudill. How you doing, Coach?
How you doing? Good, Stork. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I played golf yesterday. It was hot, and I'm sure you've been practicing football in the heat, but had a lot of fun. Got to see some people I hadn't gotten to see in a while, but good time. But all is all. Are you doing all right?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Just hard at work, getting ready for another big game this week.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, you had a real heartbreaker Friday night. I was there, and I got to see a little bit of it. I really would like for you to talk a little bit about it. I did release the highlights and everything. I thought your quarterback played really well. I thought your tailback played well. And I thought your team gave a really, really good effort. I just think at times when you really needed to score, something would happen, and you just couldn't put the final puzzle piece in place to get the W. And I'll let you take it away, Coach.
I think that's a pretty good assessment, Stork. You know, we definitely did play really, really well on defense, you know, throughout the game, and I was really, really proud of the job that our players and coaches on that side of the ball did. And like you said, I think that there were a few, you know, big mistakes in the game. You know, right there in the third quarter, you know, I think our defense was on the field almost the entire third quarter, you know, with the kickoff return, you know, fumble that we had, which was a big turning point in the game. Our defense was able to get a stop after that, but still it just, you know, kind of wore our defense out. You know, which you just can't make mistakes like that in special teams against, you know, good teams like Smyrna. You know, you referenced our quarterback. I thought that he, you know, played really well, had to step up and become our kicker, you know, there towards the end of the first quarter, and thought he did a really, really good job of, you know, adjusting with that. And, you know, had his helmet ripped off several times, several personal fouls that, you know, resulted in him losing his helmet. And I thought he kept his cool for his first start and was able to make some big throws, you know, and put us in a position there towards the end of the game, you know, to win the game. And so, you know, that's really all you can ask, you know, in big games, is to be able to have a shot there at the end. And, you know, we just came up a little bit short.
Yeah, and you talk about that right there. I mean, you're on a kickoff return. It's the start of the second half. And, you know, it happened right down there, happened so fast. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I was calling the game. I was like, oh, my gosh, Smyrna's got the ball. And, you know, when they get the ball like that at the start of the second half, and, you know, and they've already cut half the field, and, you know, it's just you're running uphill. I mean, and they had a good tailback. I thought their quarterback did a really good job, and their tailback, I mean, they's running at you all night, Coach. I mean, your defense just had to work.
They did. You know, whenever, you know, the special teams are always big in our game against Smyrna.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and 2 years ago when we played, the last time we played, they were definitely big. And, you know, last Friday night they were big. You know, their first touchdown drive was 9 yards. And, you know, against good teams like that, you've just got to make them, you know, earn every yard, you know, to get into the red zone. And, you know, unfortunately we weren't able to do that. And, you know, I think, you know, with all the, you know, just various, you know, penalties and whatnot, I think they had about 25 more snaps of offense than we did. And those are just mistakes against, you know, any team, much less a big rival. You know, you just can't make those types of mistakes and expect to come away, you know, as winners. But, you know, having said that, I think that there's a lot that you can learn about your team, you know, in games and in big moments like that. And, you know, the way that we were able to hang tough and, you know, respond and get there towards the end of the fourth quarter with a chance, you know, there in the red zone to, you know, win there late. I think that says a lot about the type of team and the type of players, you know, that we have in our locker room. You know, the way that we've responded this week in practice, I think speaks to that even more.
Oh, you guys put on a heck of a show, and you got a great gig going, dude. I mean, you got it all going. I think, though, I was only going to make one comment about what you kept on saying. I think it was Coach Nix from Alcoa said at one point that if your defense is on the field, and I don't know how many defensive snaps he quoted, but I heard him say it. And I want to say if your defense is on the field over 60 some, it's a number. If they're on the field that many snaps, you're beat. you're beat. And you know, and I can't remember that number. I will try to find it, Coach, because that's going to drive me crazy. But now that you keep mentioning, you know, your defense being on the field so many snaps, and there is a number that if you're out there and you execute that many, the odds of you winning are you're just not going to be able to do it, just because it's a lot of work. It's just unbelievable what you do, especially if, you know, they were trying to pass it a little bit and everything, and it's just a lot of plays.
Well, if Coach Nix said that, I can guarantee you it's true. He's done a great job, obviously, you know, for a long time now there at Alcoa with Coach Rankin. And, you know, I think there's a lot of wisdom in him saying that. You know, you've got to have a rested defense, especially late in the game. And having said that, our defense played, you know, their hearts out, and we're able to get some really, really big stops. You know, obviously Smyrna missed a few, you know, field goals there as well, which, you know, helped stall some drives. And you know, really, really proud of our defense. I definitely think that they, you know, put a performance out there that our school and our team can be really proud of.
Listen, Matt Williams was running out of there with that win, because I had to chase him down to ask him, you know, just to say, hey, I thought you played a good game. He said, man, we got a lot of stuff we got to clean up on. So, I mean, he was hot. He was all worried about Rockvale, but I think he felt like, you know, I escaped by the hair of my chinny chin. So, but a great game for the community. Be another 365 days unless you can get in the state championship before you can see them again, Coach. So we'll put that one away. But you trade video, and it doesn't get any easier, does it? You're going to play a little East Nashville and Coach Stewart and them. Now, they lost last week 35-6. What do you know about East Nashville, the Metro School?
Well, I tell you, you know, over the years, you know, even back when Coach Waite was the head coach there, you know, they have a history of obviously being a winning program. And I think any time that, you know, you replace a coach like that, obviously the players in the locker room, they know how to win. They know what it takes to execute at a high level. And I think that Coach Stewart last year, you know, about the only time that they had any hiccups was against Pearl Cone, who was one of the best teams, you know, regardless of classification in all of Tennessee. You know, and I'll be honest, Stork, I think the score against Father Ryan was definitely misleading there towards the end of the third quarter. You know, it was 14-6, and one of those touchdowns from Father Ryan, you know, was actually on a fumble recovery. So, you know, East Nashville gave Father Ryan all that they could handle, and we definitely know going into East Nashville this Friday night, you know, it's not going to be a walk in the park by any means. It's going to be their first home game with fans allowed in their stadium since these seniors were sophomores. And so, to say the least, we definitely got our work cut out for us.
When you did get a chance to look at the video, just tell me what number on their team. Give me the number. Which one is the fast kid on their team? I mean, which one is the dude that's going to be that you got to watch out for? Because if he gets it, he's gone.
You know, there are honestly several that they have.
Oh, okay. So they don't have just one Stork. They've got 3 or 4.
Yeah, they're big up front on both sides. They got a quarterback that is definitely a great athlete. They're big up front on defense as well, and really, really big and athletic at the outside linebacker spots as well. And obviously just a very well-coached team. You know, Coach Stewart's come in there here year 2, coming over from, I believe, Hillsborough High School. He's done a great job. And like I said, you know, we're definitely, you know, going into an environment that's going to be really, really tough. You know, first away game for our team is always going to be something as a coach I think you're mindful of as well. First trip on the road, first time, you know, getting on the bus and all the logistics that come with that. So really, really excited about this challenge and opportunity that awaits our team this Friday night.
Well, you know, don't forget the football. I mean, Rick Rice, he told me you know, everybody has a horror story, and you know, you're just a young gentleman as a head coach, Ben, but you're doing a wonderful job. I thought, your faculty, staff, and administration. Y'all put on a wonderful show. I mean, you got it all going on. You just need a field house, but and a little communication. But other than that, everything else, you got a great place. I mean, you're right. You're blessed, and we appreciate everything you do for high school football. Anything you'd like to say as we finally close, as you get ready to get on the road to go to East Nashville, about your faculty, staff, and administration?
Yeah, well, Stork, you just said it. I think over the years, especially since I've been at Stewart's Creek, you've been no stranger to broadcasting games, and we've spoke many times about how impressive our electronic media class and under the leadership of Chris Bissinger, just the job that they do year in, year out. I don't have to worry anything about our film, and there are several programs that that provides many a gray hair for head coaches just trying to get that stuff set up pregame. And, so just the job that everybody does, from Kerry Malone, Todd Harris, obviously starting with our principal, Dr. Clark Harrell, they put on a great job and do a great job just getting everything ready to operate at a very high level every Friday night. And I think that was definitely on full display, this past Friday night against Smyrna. And just really appreciate everybody coming out. I think that, we've definitely getting better and learned a lot from, this past game, and definitely excited to see how our team responds on Friday night against a really, really good East Nashville team.
Well, Bissy's got a good product, man. He's putting out there. All them kids are, they got their shirts on and stuff. They look official. Stewart's Creek, video program. So, I mean, he's got a good little deal going there. So we wish you the best of luck. Be careful. Stay on, getting on the road. Stay healthy. And, of course, stay away from COVID and everything. But take care, Coach.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, Stork. Have a good night.
See you. Bye.